Foods you should be freezing. First of all, chopped green onions. This is probably my number one go-to frozen thing that I prep. But just buy a huge bunch of green onions, just chop them all up and then freeze them in a large gallon Ziploc bag. If you really like finishing your dishes with green onions, especially like soups and stews, having them frozen is so perfect because they melt right away. You can just have those green onions to finish off anything you make really fast. Sliced bread. I knew that you could do this and I just recently started doing it again, but you know that sourdough that you get at your local bakery and you can't make it through the whole thing before it kind of starts going stale. Just freeze a couple slices and then you can go directly from frozen to pan with oil and get the perfect piece of toast every time. Trust me. Leftover sticky rice. I don't know if other people know this, but sticky rice is the most abysmal thing to have the day after because it just dries out. It just gets gross. It's not good. But if you freeze it, then somehow it retains that moisture. And while it's defrosting or microwaving, it still has that sticky property, way better than if you refrigerate it. Broth, and this is really applicable to when you make broth in large batches, particularly the scenario where you get a large rotisserie chicken and you're like, oh, what do I do with this carcass? Make your own little broth and then you can freeze it. You don't have to have the soup that time, but you can also freeze it into ice cubes for whenever you want a little bit of broth in whatever you're making. Chili peppers. This goes for any type of chili pepper. I really like doing it with Thai chilies, but jalapenos, serranos, whatever, if you want them already pre-chopped and you want to add a little bit of spice into whatever dish you're stir frying, for example, you'll have them on hand. You're welcome.